It is now time to run skirmishes with the lighter classes. Welcome, this is Pineleaf Needles, Skirmisher Middle-earth. We'll start with the Lore Master. Now, with the Lore Master, I have a Protector. Even though I normally prefer to avoid Protectors in this particular skirmish, let us see how it works. For my companion, I have a Raven. Normally I prefer to run with a Bog Guardian, but since many of you won't have a Bog Guardian available, I decided to try the Raven, which every Lore Master has. So now let me get the Protector working, and now I can join the fight. One down. I actually sometimes like to come up nice and close since I can use my staff then for a little extra damage. Now, why the Raven? My favorite is the Bog Guardian. Oh, he's still in a fight. So I don't accidentally bring out the Blood Arrow. My favorite is the Bog Guardian. But that requires a legendary slot to use. And I know that many Lore Masters do not like to expend a legendary slot. Actually, no. Yeah. Right, a legendary slot in order to get this. Plus, it also requires you to dig deep into the... There we go. That was just to stop the arrow from firing. And it wasn't a serious chance to mez him, since I already had a burning embers on him anyway, and that would just break it. But a quick stop of the arrow firing is a good enough reason to use Blinding Flash in that case. And one of the reasons why I like the Bog Guardian is that they provide many flanks. And of the companions that I know of that don't require special slots, the Raven is the one that I believe has the most flanks on it. Now, one trouble with the Protector is that he likes to go way, way up forward. And since he's doing that, this means I get no chance to get a little help from the Bounders back there. Now I do have to be careful to make sure we don't get flanked by one of the Bounders. That actually happened at one of the earlier control points, which caused me to lose a Bounder already. And I try to avoid losing Bounders in this skirmish, as they are worth a considerable number of marks. And now let's get back here. Actually, I should stand a little bit further back. Turn off the blood arrow, and now this is better. Now I get all the help I need. Alright, this works. Just make sure that the blood arrow stays in his mez state, and I should be fine. Of course, getting the flanks doesn't necessarily mean I'll be able to do anything with them. Since they just have a habit of dying just before I get to do anything. Yes, goblins are rude. Actually, here goes one. There, I got one off. And the counterattack has been defeated. So the real problem is going to be... Oops. Actually, maybe get right. Let's try that. Alright. Now let's see what I can... Oh, I got quite a party here today. And I can't use any area attacks because I've got this crazy lieutenant that is currently mezzed. And area attacks will most definitely break that up. I would have preferred this to be with one or two fewer wolves in it. But it's not always easy to get around. There we go. I'll keep him distracted for a little while. So I am going to need to Beacon of Hope, Waterlord, and did my Raven just run amok? Yes, he did. No, 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 no! Oh, good grief. He came close. That's why I don't like the Protector. He came very close to bringing in the rest of the courtyard. Yes, this is not going to be the easiest fight, that's for sure. Alright, I survived. Now, when that goblin comes around, he is going to see my Protector, and then trouble is going to start. Trouble will start now. Alright. Because I don't want that Bearer of Blight in this fight. The ranged attackers, they're the ones that are the real problem. As soon as someone throws an arrow into the fight and gets the hate from the Protector then goes along to attack them instead. And starts to aggro everything in the place. That's another advantage of the Bog Lurker. They used ranged attacks for most of them, and I don't have to worry about them running around like crazy. And it's been a few months since I've played the Lore Master. And that certainly doesn't help things much either. Oh, disease. Well, at least I should be able to take care of disease. Moot. He's dead. That should be the toughest part. So I will probably have to go from one fight to the other in this case, since you can be sure my friend there is going to stay in front. Actually, in a fight like this, I should be setting that to aggressive so he doesn't wait. Now, in the courtyard, I would not want the Raven to be on aggressive. Or at least not in the first phase when I'm clearing the courtyard. At this phase, though, during the counterattacks, an aggressive state is probably a good idea. There we go, and this should take care of the last wolf. There we go, and now the boss. Getting the time on everything off. He knocked out my bird. Yeah, I don't want to stand in caltrops when I'm fighting this guy. Now this is being fought at level 85, which means you can see he's a little bit tougher than we were when we were at level 20. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And there we go. We are now finished. Well, kept 3 of the bounders alive. That will have to do. That concludes Trouble in Tuckborough with the Lore Master. Good night, this is Pine Leaf Needles. May your shield protect you, and your spear never break.